All right, just gonna wait until everyone gets here. So, fun. Experiment a little. Hello! I'm not gonna actually start until it's, 30 minutes. So in about 7 minutes, just. Thank you. So, like I said, I'm not going to start the Q&A until the time is officially starting. I'm just giving everyone time to get here before it starts. But how have you guys been? I absolutely love Sophia the First. Why else would I have this channel? Can you guys actually help me before we start? So I have my headphones in, and I want to see if you guys think it sounds better with or without my headphones, okay? You think you guys can help me with that? All right, so you already know how it sounds like with the headphones. Now I'm going to take them off, and you tell me if it sounded better before or after. All right, headphones are out, so which sounds better? Am I easier to understand with the headphones or without them? Okay. Boop. No, actually, I do not watch Miraculous Ladybug, but some of my friends do. All right, about 5 minutes. Hello. I do know that. Sophia the First, Royal Magic. I even started a petition today that for the new show, they include Hugh Fia and Des Amber. So I'm going to see if enough people sign it for Disney to see that we want these ships. From what I've heard, it's going to take place almost right after the series ended. So they will be older because they're not going to look like their 8-year-old selves anymore. They'll be about 12, 13, 14 when the series starts. So, and actually, my little cousin got me into Sophia the First. Basically, every time I'd go to watch her, she'd want me to see the show with her. And I just grew to love it because of how much I'd watch it with her. It just made me want to watch the whole thing myself. And then when I made stuff for it, it got popular and I just stuck with it. And from what I know, the new show will come out in 2026. Don't know when during that time, but. And yep, Ariel Winter will reprise her role as Sophia. I'm 24 and I love it. Although some people do think I'm too old to like it, but says who? Hmm. My expectations for the show are, let's just say I'm not setting expectations because then I'll be disappointed. If that makes sense. Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad I can help you. I do anything to promote the ships I love. Well, I wouldn't say I grew up watching it because I was already a teenager when the show was out. So, but I think I got into it mid season 2 because Enchanted Science Fair is the episode that got me into the show. If I was a writer for the series, oh my gosh, I wish. But I mean, obviously, I would make it to where it's clear that the characters are still the same and still on track for what the show implied is their future. Because if Sophia suddenly isn't a protector anymore, then the whole 4th season would be wasted. So yeah, let's keep it on pace. You don't know my favorite Sophia the First character? Mm. Do you guys, any of you, can help Purple Blossoms? Who is my Sophia the First favorite character? Who knows? I feel like it might be obvious if you know me, but yep, I adore Desmond. I mean, you can't watch my channel and not be able to tell. I have a soft spot for Desmond. A bit why I promote Des Amber so much is because I'm also promoting Desmond. Yeah, Sophia has met many characters. A big thing that makes the show so lovable. You're like, oh my gosh, I know that character. Aw, loves Clover. I love that. Huh, that would have been interesting. I don't know how the amulet would have summoned them though, because I get how Merlin makes sense since, I mean, Sword in the Stone is around the same time as Sophia the First, so Merlin would still exist, but Pinocchio is fairly recent, so the amulet or some magic would have to bring them to it instead of them showing up. What is your guys' favorite thing about Hugh Fia? Yes, the enemies to lovers. Sophia is an amazing character. I actually have a Sophia the First costume. I'm not wearing it because it would be impossible to sit in that thing. What about your favorite thing about Des Amber? What do you guys love about Des Amber? Sadly, I haven't talked to Ariel Winter myself in person, but I do have a Sophia the First picture that's signed by her. I know, right, Jenna? Desmond is so obvious. My theory is that she probably just thinks everyone treats her amazingly, so she doesn't really notice Desmond treating her differently. She just thinks everyone looks up to her that way. That's probably my theory. Desmond doing anything for Amber. I love it. The kid who is afraid of everything is over here pulling her away from geysers, being a living mannequin with a needle about this long. Yeah, he likes her if the kid who's afraid of everything is doing all this stuff for her. And I'm also, a bit later, I'm going to have everyone join in a Kahoot game. Does that sound fun? You're going to see who knows the most about Sophia the First and my fan fictions. Who, raise your hand, or well, I don't think you can raise your hand, but if you think you can win, put it in the chat. Tell everyone, let them know that you think you can be the winner in the Kahoot. I don't know if more princesses will appear because most of the official ones have already shown up. All that's left is Pocahontas, Moana, and that's really about it. And if anything, I can see Sophia being summoned more often. You guys have any questions for me regarding my content or opinions of the show? Like why I shipped a certain character, why Desmond is my favorite, anything. You can even, my favorite season. I'd probably go with season 2 because in my eyes, season 1 is just, learning to be a princess, her adapting to the world. Season 2 is all the fun and fillers. I can watch those anytime. And season 3 is more the adventure. season where she's becoming story keeper and going off to different places. So I see that as the adventure season. And season 4 is the Mystic Isles Protector season. So I'd go with season 2 because I can watch those episodes anytime and they're all just lovable. So I got into like making stuff for Sophia the First because my cousin I talked about earlier, I wrote her a story for Sophia the First. I wrote her own episode, which was The Double Date. And everyone liked it so much that I posted it. It got super popular, so I just kept making more. My favorite episode is probably Enchanted Science Fair. I'm mainly biased because it was the episode that got me into the show, and it's the Des Amber episode. And Friendship is the Formula is probably one of my top songs in the show. A character I don't like, I'd go with either Jade or Zoe. I do not like Jade and Zoe because they're both full of themselves and don't stop to consider Sophia's feelings. Like Zoe just gets upset because Amber was excited and came running in, and then she goes on to correct Amber and then gets mad when Amber just asks, "Who are you?" And then the rest of the episode, she's terrible and is not agreeing with Sophia. Like, not even, she's totally leaving out her new friend's sister on purpose. That is not a good thing to do. And with Jade, almost any episode you see her, she's doing something terrible. And silly things like telling her that they can't be friends anymore. Like, it doesn't mean we're friends again. And she just, only a few episodes she does good things, but I feel there's more bad than good. So I don't think Jade is the best friend for Sophia. Right? And with the Hannah Montana, I actually not a huge fan of Hannah Montana, so I wouldn't know how that sounded, but I feel like it would be interesting to hear Sophia sing Hannah Montana songs. All right. Next is writing a story where Sophia meets Winnie the Pooh.